Hey everybody, Backpack Hack here, coming at you with another trail tip about the little stuff that you need for your outdoor adventures, whether it's camping or hiking or fishing or hunting, whatever you're going to do outside. You always think about the big stuff like your tent and your sleeping bag and your backpack. Those are the big three. And then you start thinking of your stove and your clothing, and you start getting smaller and smaller and smaller until you get down to the little stuff. And this is all of my little stuff. I call this my ditty bag. And it has all the little stuff that I need to go out and enjoy the outdoors. So we got lots of stuff covered here because when I go backpacking, numerically, this is half the stuff that's in my backpack. And when I'm out car camping like I am now, this is probably about a third of everything numerically that I take with me. So let's open this up and I'll show you what's inside. Okay, before I tell you what's all in this bag, I want to preface this by saying that this is my personal preference on what to carry. You can make whatever decisions you want with what you need to carry. I'm not saying you have to exactly duplicate what's in here. There are some things that you may not need, some things that you will need that are not in here. So it's up to you what you want to take with you. But this to hopefully just give you an idea of some of the things that you need to take with you on whatever adventure you have outside. To begin with, this is a little ditty bag that I made myself out of some ripstop nylon and some red paracord and a clasp. And so let's just dive right on in. And the first thing I've got is a couple of containers of toilet paper. You don't need to explain anything on that. And see what else I have here. This is what I call my flats bag. I don't pack things in here in a logical order for most people because I need to pack it as compact as I can, not to keep everything that belongs together. And what I mean by that is this is everything that is basically flat. And what I have in here is some antibiotics. I've got some lens wipes. These are great for camera lenses or your glasses. I've got a little bit of duct tape that I have pulled off the roll and flattened out upon itself and set it up. I've also got some twist ties. If you ever get into where there's bugs, these are Ben's wipes. They're tick and insect repellents. I usually carry several of those in here. And I've got some moleskin, so if I'm backpacking or hiking and I start to get some foot problems, I've got some moleskin. And then I've got a tent repair kit. This is just a little self-sealing, self-sticking repair kit that I can put on the tent. So that's what I call my flats bag. And what I mean by not putting things together is you'll notice some of those things might belong in a medical kit, but I keep those in that because that's the best way they store. This is my oral bag. I have some Imodium. I have my toothbrush in a container or a cover. I have some toothpaste. I also have some medication. Most of this is, well, all of this is over-the-counter stuff. I just have it in a little Ziploc bag. I've got some Advil PM to help relieve the pain. I've got some allergy pills, and then I've got some pill to help settle my stomach if I don't want to use the Imodium. I've also got some chapstick and also some toothpicks because every once in a while you need to get some of that fine dinner that you've made out of your teeth. And so that's the orals bag. I'm just going to go ahead and throw all that back together. And next up we have, this is my hardware bag. This is just a little bit of everything that's just miscellaneous hardware. And I'm just going to dump it all out here. And that's basically what it is. It's a big mess. Keep everything from getting all over the place, but and we got one more thing in there. This is a little razor blade, straight razor blade, in case I need to perform some very fine cutting. I keep it in a little piece of cardboard that's taped up, and if I need to, I can just pull it out. It doesn't come out very easy, which I like, but that way I can have a nice sharp blade if I need to cut something. Some more twist locks. Baggy twist locks, a little notepad and pencil for if I need to leave a note or make a note if I'm out backpacking. I generally don't carry a big notepad or anything like that. I carry this. There's another twist tie that I've used. This is a little bottle of super glue that I bought brand new. I put in a sandwich bag and I wrapped it as tight as I could and wrapped it with tape. That way if it leaks, it probably isn't going to hopefully get over everything. I carry a little pair of scissors, and these are actually child scissors that you get for like $1 or $2 at the store, but they are Fiskars, so they are good quality. And I like them because they have a blunt tip, and so you aren't likely to rip something when you have them out. And they got the safety cover too to help prevent things from getting ripped. I've also got a variety of little stuff here. I've got some hairpins, not that I use hairpins, but in case I need to MacGyver something together, I can also use those as clothespins on a clothesline. This is my sewing kit. I've got needles and thread, and I've got a couple of, and it's all held together with this piece of black felt. I take these 2 pins out and it rolls out, and I've got my little sewing kit in there. I've got some safety pins here all tied together, and this little odd thing right here is the screwdriver that came with my compass that I used to set the declination on it. So I don't use that. I carry a little screwdriver in my pocket, so I just threw it on here just to have it available. I've also got some paper clips tied together, again, like I say, in case I need to MacGyver something together. I've got a couple of bread wrapper clips in here. I actually have more, but most of them are being used right now because I did laundry this morning, and they're actually being used as clothespins to hold my laundry up right now. So I normally have like 8 or 10 of those. I also have a couple of tweezers. I found these at a store that I thought they were nice because they were very, very small, and being a Revlon brand, I figured they would probably be a quality, something better than I would get at the dollar store. And finally, I have one of my DIY paracord needles that, if I don't lose all the parts, that I have a couple extensions for. I rarely use this out in the field, but it's just one of those things that I like to have available to me when I'm out in the field. Slide that off to the side here. We'll see what else we got, what's next. And what's in here is a pair of surgical gloves. I have vacuum sealed these. This way I know they're going to be kept clean and unpunctured. As long as the vacuum seal on this is good, then I know that the gloves inside are going to be good. And again, like I say, I don't carry all my medical stuff together. I keep some of this stuff in here. I have a first aid kit, but that is separate, but I keep some of this stuff in this bag. And next we have some more of my medical kit. This is an extension of my first aid kit. These are just bandages, miscellaneous bandages. Again, I have vacuum sealed them to keep them away from dirt and moisture and germs. Well, not keep them away, obviously there's going to be germs in there, but to keep them from getting any worse than they already are. I vacuum sealed it, and so this way I know just by looking at the package that they're still fully the integrity of theirs is completely not compromised. A little Ziploc with some Q-tips in there. Just a little flat thing that I carry with me. And this is my fire starting kit. My fire starter. I have all my little stuff for fire starters in here. I've got some matches, Strike Anywhere matches. These are the old red ones that you can't get anymore. These are matches, and actually the matches that are in here are ones that I have, in fact all 3 of these. These are matches that I've dipped in a water sealant, polyurethane or whatever, I can't remember what I put on there. I've got a video, I'll put a link to it. Even inside here, so they're inside this bag, inside this bag, inside here are waterproof matches. So I don't think I'm ever going to have to worry about these ever getting wet. And then I've got some fire starter. This is just dryer lint that has been impregnated with Vaseline just for an emergency fire starter. These will sit, little pieces like this will burn for a good 4 or 5 minutes to help me get a fire started. And of course a standard little lighter. I hardly ever use this to start a fire. Usually I use my flint and steel. And the last thing in here is a Ziploc bag with 4 little jars in it. One with sunscreen. Obviously you want sunscreen when you're out in the sun. Some aloe vera to take care of any burns or rashes or anything. A little bit of hand sanitizer and a little bit of soap. Now these are bottles that I made myself. They are actually I went to the pharmacy to look for small bottles, and they came like this with a false bottom in them. The bottles themselves are about this tall, and I just simply cut the excess hollow part off of it. And the pharmacies use these for if you're getting just a very small amount of pills, like if you're just getting 3 or 5 or 6 small pills, they will use one of these false bottom jars. And so they were gracious enough to sell me 6 of them for like $1 a piece or something, and I put my own labels on them and I cut them down, and they do really, really good for being small and lightweight and compact for when I'm backpacking and hiking. So, and I think that's all that's in there. Yep, we've emptied it out. And there you have it, all the little stuff that I take with me when I go camping or backpacking or hiking. Everything that's in here goes with me, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, it's all with me. I don't take anything out, I don't add anything to this kit, that way I know exactly what's in here. So this is Backpack Hack coming at you with this trail tip. Be safe out there, and I'll see you out there on the trail.